Now we turn our attention to a question that comes from right here in Pasadena, California. The listener writes, do you believe that Adam and Eve have seen or are aware of all the destruction, grief, and sorrow that one mistake has caused?
I'm sure that Adam and Eve have not been sitting on the 50-yard line looking at the human race down through at least 6 centuries. I don't think that they've been doing that at all. That's one of my reasons for believing that we are not in a position to say that those who've gone on are looking down upon this world. And Hebrews 12:1 does not mean that. When we're compassed about so great a cloud of witnesses, it doesn't mean that they're sitting in the grandstands looking at us today. And I can't think of anything that'd be more boring in heaven than to do that. It would be as boring as some of these football games are. And why 50,000 people will sit and see 22 men seesaw up and down a field, each pushing a little oblong ball. But I think in heaven we'll have better things to do than to sit in the grandstand. Now, what the writer to the Hebrews means, he means that we are the ones today that are in the grandstand, and we have the example of these men who ran on the race course of life. They ran by faith, and they're given to us in the 11th chapter. There were those 3 men before the flood, you remember. There was Enoch, and there was Abel, and there was Noah. These men lived before the flood. They lived by faith. And we come to Abraham, and then we come on down to Daniel. And all of these men are men who ran on the race course of life by faith. Now, they are today witnesses to us that you can live in the 20th century and on into the 21st. For some of you are going to make it. You can do that by faith. And so those that have gone on before are not looking down at us, and we can rejoice that Adam and Eve are not having to look down on this crowd today. Really and truly, it would be a heartbreak for them, and I think just a little boring. I'm sure there are better things to do in heaven.